We are trying to put an accent wall in our master bedroom, and it's with the paneling.
So something...
So this is my design.
Something like this?
And this is Robert's design. So right now what we're trying to do is measure the height and the length of this wall.
The whole room is a color of like a bluishy gray, and I think we're gonna do this. We haven't determined what color yet. Most likely just white. We're just gonna be measuring the wall and then gonna go to Home Depot to find the proper wood to see which one we need.
So we determined that this way, lengthwise, is this length?
Yes.
Is 12 feet and some inches. And then from top to bottom
Is 7 feet.
and some inches. And the board itself is 8 feet. So
basically the height of our room is Kevin Durant.
Okay, great. That's tall.
Yeah, he's 7 feet. So here we are measuring the distances of how far we want each section of the wall to be. We were trying to make each section as equal as possible without making any mistakes, so that's why we were using a pencil. Now we are at Home Depot and we're trying to find the right piece of wood. We ended up getting the 8x4x1 piece. One thing a lot of people don't know about Home Depot is that they will cut the wood perfectly for you as long as you give them specific dimensions, and it's free.
Yeah. Right now, we are going to test if our nail compressor works.
So right now we're in our garage and we're trying to see if this thing, so this is a nail compressor, air compressor. So we're going to try and see if this works. Hopefully it does. And yeah.
So we actually don't, we've never used one before. So there's actually instructions.
But first, safety.
So you plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. Okay, so there's different types of connectors for air control.
Here we are trying to use the nail compressor as we have never used it before, and we found it in the storage room as we moved into the house. We are gonna try and start our wall. This is the wall we're doing right here. And we've laid out, as you can see, these are the wood panels. This is how it's gonna look on the actual wall. And Lindsay right now is just trying to measure the distance between each section so that it can be perfect and equal. And eventually we are gonna, once it's up and everything, maybe tomorrow or the next weekend or something, we'll paint it. But for now, we're just gonna try and put it up. We are now putting up the wood panels, and we decided to do the outside borders first to get it all even and know what we're working with for the whole wall. Then after doing that, we decided to do the inside panels. For each panel that we put on the wall, we made sure to have a few nails in it for security and that it wouldn't fall down. Each time that we were putting a board on the wall, we made sure to use the leveler to make sure that everything was even and leveled before we nailed it onto the wall. We started off on the left side of the wall and then made our way to the right, and then after having both sides done, we then went to the middle, which brought everything together. This is how we decided to do the wall, but obviously when any of you decide to do this type of project yourselves, you can do it whichever way works best for you. Now that we are in the middle of the wall, we are now using the bigger pieces of wood to close off the sides and make those 3 boxes on each side. We later found out that one of the pieces of wood that we were using was not the right dimension, so we had to make a few quick adjustments before we were able to put it on the wall. We also found out that we had a plug on the wall, so that we had to make another adjustment as well.
We nailed the panels already, and now what we're trying to do is seal them. So we're taking that out. As he does that, I am going to seal it like this.
Okay. We are just using this little handy device, which is basically just caulking the crevices of the pieces on the wall so that it evens out everything, make sure that there's no holes.
It might look messy right now, but...
Yeah. Now we are just sealing all the holes on the wall to make sure that there's no gaps or anything like that. After you're done sealing all the holes, just make sure that you let it dry before you start sanding the wall and put paint on as well. And then we eventually started sanding the wall as well, just to make everything smooth and even before we started to put the paint. And this is the color that we chose, not red, but this is just the container that they put it in. But we chose something called Clear Vista.
How does this work?
We're just about to start painting. We just put this clear kind of plastic wrap on the ground so that it doesn't drip onto the carpet. And then we put also this green tape on the side of the walls so that it doesn't get on the other side of the wall. We started painting the insides of each section first to get kind of like a border around each block of squares there before we started painting the rest, just to make it a lot easier so that we didn't make any mistakes. Alright guys, so this is the wall so far after the first coat. So we're going to do one more coat after this, but we tried to go... So this is our color of our wall, so it's kind of like a bluishy gray type color. So we wanted something slightly darker, but in the same mix of colors.
Yeah, we painted the corners first. I'm so tired. We painted the corners first. And then we went all out.
Yep. And we're both sweating like crazy right now because, as you can see over there, the plastic wrap is covering the AC, like the vent coming out. This was covered before. And it is 6:30 p.m. in Ottawa. And the sun is still out, but it is approximately 38 degrees with humidex.
Right.
So, yep, it's a hot one.
So this is the finished product.